you delay time. And with the delay of time, what I've seen time and time again is you lose contracts. And that is big time money loss. Like there's multi-million-dollar projects that you could lose the bid on. And also just even if it's not for GC, even if it's for HVAC and you need your license, you need your license to start your own business, you're just delaying owning your own business and, having income come in that way.
What are some of the worst things you've seen happen when someone doesn't do this application process correctly because they try to do it on their own and they think that, I'm going to save a few bucks by doing it by myself? And then, what are some of those worst case scenarios that can happen when you're trying to skim through this process?
No, there's no skimming through this process. So we recently set up a whole other operation in application that's called application reviews. And those can run up. So they're almost equivalent to what an application processing fee would be if you did it with us in the beginning. So you have to pay anyways. And not only do you pay kind of the same amount you would have if you would have hired from the beginning, you delay time. And with the delay of time, what I've seen time and time again is you lose contracts. And that is big time money loss. Like there's multi-million-dollar projects that you could lose the bid on. And also just even if it's not for GC, even if it's for HVAC and you need your license, you need your license to start your own business, you're just delaying owning your own business and, having income come in that way. So a delay of time really adds up monetarily. And so I really just recommend against it because they're very, very specific and very nitpicky. Even if there's one number off in your application, they send it back. And that could take a while to resend and resubmit. And you go, you're given a little leniency and they put you kind of at the top of the pile to recheck again, but not really. That's not guaranteed. Sometimes we get answers back from the DBPR soon, and then sometimes we don't. Sometimes it takes a couple more weeks for them to review your application again. And again, like you could lose a lot of money doing that in any trade. So it's just highly recommended that you leave it to the professionals. We'll get it done. We'll get it out the door in a timely fashion, and then you could have your license sooner. So the sooner you have your license, the more opportunity you have to reap the benefits of doing the whole process. So, don't skimp on the application, on the studying part, all the way to the application part. You got to just, steady all the way to the end.
And what kind of guarantees do you offer contractors with these applications, if any?
Guarantees, nothing is guaranteed because, a lot of the information that we receive from applicants, we do always double check everything and cross-reference, but there's always room for error. There's gonna be. So what we can guarantee is that we process it as quickly as possible and get it out to the state. We can guarantee that. There is also an expedite fee. So if you want us to do it within a couple of days, we'll give you guys a priority for a couple more bucks, right? But we do, guaranteeing is a little too much because there's so many variables and different things. But what we can guarantee is that you're going to get it right. If not the first time, the second time, quickly. We're going to get it out. We're going to get you your license, as opposed to doing it yourself and having that delay.
Yeah, and there's also a lot of variables with what you're given, right? Like you said.
Right,
There could be a lot, and that's why I asked, because I also want people to understand that it is a two-way street. Obviously, you guys are doing the best job possible, but if the information given was incorrect, you don't want to be held fully accountable if what you're receiving is wrong.
Yeah, there's a lot of information to be exchanged between myself and the client and you guys, but we do our best to cross-reference everything. For example, if you put a GC license was active during the time you had a project and I go and check it and it's not, at least I caught it before you submitted it to the DBPR, and we could fix it before we submit it. So it's basically just, reviewing, detail orientation, and then getting it out. But yeah, it's a lot of exchange of information, and it's a lot of sensitive information that you guys give us. So we protect that. There's only 2 of us in the application department. No one else gets your information, in terms of privacy. And so, we get to know our clients pretty well because we have your taxes, we have your credit reports, we have all your projects you did, we have your criminal background. It's a trust issue. So, it depends but we in the beginning, when we send the checklist, it's very thorough. And if you guys ever have questions about what information you can give us, and you don't have to give us, like we could always call the application department, and we usually always answer the phone 9 to 5 Eastern Standard Time, or we'll answer your email the next day. It's a quick turnaround with communication. We like to keep all lines of communication open because we know how tedious and frustrating this could be, but the more honest and open we are, the better it is for your application, and the more we can expedite it off our desk and out to DBPR.
Yeah, so that's great that you mentioned all that, because I kind of wanted to get to that point where it is very sensitive information that you're, which is probably why a lot of people are maybe they're a little nervous about giving all this information to someone. So they're like, instead of giving you all this information, I'm just going to do it by myself. And that could be one of the bigger conflicts that people have with the application process. So it is great. It is great that you mentioned that, only 2 people are going to be looking at your applications.
Only 2 of us.
And they're going to have full communication with you guys, obviously during business hours. So
9 to 5.
9 to 5. So it is an incredible resource that anyone who's watching this live or on the replay should take advantage of. Again, you can contact Lauren at Upstryve.com.
That's right.
Or you could reach out to us at any of our social media platforms. We're very responsive across the board, and we could point you in the right direction as well.